Welcome to Dreamers and Makers, SCAD grads who power the creative economy. When architects Kristen and Yvonne Morales met in the School of Building Arts, they had little idea that their creative journey would lead them to become stewards of the land. This international design duo is proving that purposeful design delivers a positive environmental and social impact that is felt far beyond the property line.
It's important that architects more and more take on a role like stewardship.
And always question, like, can you do better? Are you leaving the place better than how you found it?
I'm Kristen Morales.
My name is Yvonne Morales.
And we are co-founders of IMKM.
We met in the School of Building Arts. He was working in Design Studio 5. He was working in studio overnight. It was probably 1 o'clock in the morning, and he had a hot plate and was making espresso in studio. And you were sketching on vellum with charcoal.
Yes.
Yeah. It all seemed like a lot to me. And he was noisy.
Kristen was a bit more disciplined than I was, and a year ahead. She was a bit more righteous and, fighting for the good causes of the architecture students. So Reserva Ecológica Panama is this place. It's 617 hectares.
There are distinct lots carved out for development where we have the 3 homes, the clubhouse area, the stables, and then the shop areas that we have to make the property run. So it's a very low density private reserve. And within the forest areas, we have land conservation, reforested areas with native species. Pasture, and we now have 4 lakes.
Yeah, we built 3 lakes last year.
That we've built to control runoff and erosion, to give the soil an opportunity to be more stable, less wet, so that we can get more ground cover.
We also have reintroduced animals with the help of the government, like ocelots, boas, and each animal has a role to play within the chain.
If you set nature in its direction, it will recuperate, right? I think the magic of this property is discovery. You have that sensation that you're doing something that maybe no one else has done before, or seeing something that no one else has seen before.
It's just incredible.
It seems a bit obvious to say the magic is the context, but the magic is the context.
Our approach to architecture is to incorporate nature and the building environment, try to have a balance to improve the user experience of the place. Here, preservation work has been gargantuan, but the idea is that you don't really notice it.
We started this project 5 years before our daughter Olivia was born.
So it's a little bit of like trying to restore what was here before and create a use for the land that can sustain it for the future.
I think there was an intentionality to the design to engage outdoor rooms, to create spaces and experiences. The idea of memory and architecture and experience in architecture is something that's really important.
There should be a balance of indoor and outdoor, because how can you compete with nature? You can't.
The greatest amenity of this place is the nature. The greatest natural resource that Panama has is nature. To take a step backwards and let it be the star, I think is the point.
In front of Casa Loro, you can see the ocean. We wanted to keep this building back from the ocean to minimize maintenance, but then we kind of wanted to bring the ocean in. And the only way to do that is by kind of faking it a little bit, like a
Forced perspective. So the floor was raised and the ground was lowered, and you create this sort of compositional elevation that's almost tripartite.
Yeah, I think an easier thing would have been to just move the house forward to the ocean.
Yeah.
But then that just kind of, you can see.
That's so obvious.
And then in Las Tortugas, we have the ocean in front. So that's more, there you see sand. So that was a bit easier.
And then the sky.
And then the sky. So
then the green.
it's easier to digest that because it's more familiar to people.
We're like reflecting the site. We're reflecting what they're telling us they need.
Studio Tlali is the brand that we are using to market our furniture.
To provide our clients with the most complete project, you want to have the interiors be equally as beautiful, made from materials that come from the place. And so it seemed only natural to set up a wood shop here on the property.
¿Cómo estás? Bien, bien. ¿Cómo va todo?
Bueno, bien, gracias a Dios.
This is what it used to look like here, like this. We built this lake to capture rainwater, recharge the aquifer, and become like a sanctuary for animals.
When you walk into this space of the forest, it is immersive. You're sort of separated from the rest of the world and you're immersed in this zone that feels completely wild, but accessible.
Everything has a purpose here. Nothing is random. The trees are connected to one another, they talk to one another, they help each other, and when they fall, they become food for animals, and animals nest in there, so it's a perfect system.
Through these last 15 years growing IMKM, the biggest lessons that I've taken away are to always be challenging yourself, to always try to learn something new, to listen to the world around you, the people, the place, and be responsive.
You should take responsibility over your actions, and there are pressure points. So you pressure on one side, that is going to have an impact on something else.
We all exist within a closed system, and so when we push and pull on that system, it has a reverse or opposing effect in other places. And here was the first time in my career, in my life really, that I had seen my impact so quickly, and it became very obvious that you're pushing and pulling on your environment. Every action, there's equal opposite reaction on the other side. I'm Kristen Morales.
I'm Ewing Morales.
And we're Dreamers and
Makers.
Makers.